I'm sure you've heard all about horse balls at this point, but as it turns out, horses play a much bigger role in Red Dead Redemption 2 than you might think. So much so that it can be overwhelming if you haven't been paying close attention to the tutorial messages. I'm gonna try to answer all your horse-related questions in this spoiler-free video, so let's start from the beginning. Horse controls are relatively simple. Depending on what console you're playing on, tap A or X repeatedly to speed up and R1 or RB to slow down.
Whoa!
You can double tap and hold X or A to match a companion's speed, and if you tap A or X in rhythm with your horse's gallop, you will conserve stamina. As you ride your horse, you'll want to keep an eye on its cores. The heart is the health, obviously, and the lightning bolt is stamina. The more you push your horse, the quicker the stamina bar will deplete. And if you don't feed your horse every now and then or let it rest, its core will drain and it won't have as much stamina or health. Meaning this will happen.
Come on!
As you ride, feed, and clean your horse, your bond will strengthen, and as that bond grows, your horse will learn advanced maneuvers. At level 2, you can rear your horse back by pressing R1 or RB with square or X. I haven't really found a use for this other than to look threatening from time to time. At level 3, you learn how to skid. While sprinting, press R1 or RB and you can either bring your horse to a halt or change directions at a moment's notice. Finally, at level 4, you learn how to drift and piaffe, which is a fancy word for strafe. As your bond increases, your horse will also respond to your call from greater and greater distances. And its stats, including speed, will also get a slight bump. If you want to see how close your horse is to the next level, you can check the player menu when you hit start. However, if you want to get the most out of your horse, you want to stop at a stable and upgrade its saddle. Most items for sale are cosmetics, however there are a few things that can improve your horse's stats like the stirrups and the saddles themselves. But wait, you say, I can't seem to enter the stable and I can't find a stupid brush to clean my horse. Well, that probably means you're screwing off too much and not doing story missions. Once you complete an early mission called Exit Pursued by a Bruised Ego, you will have access to stables across the map and you will get a nifty brush. While at the stables, you can also rename, sell, and buy horses. You can sell both stolen horses and horses you've acquired legally. Stolen horses won't fetch as good of a price at stables, but at a certain point in the story, you will meet some characters willing to purchase stolen horses for a better profit.
Heard you pay good prices for horses.
Level 4 horses will also fetch a higher price, so if you plan on flipping a horse, I'd recommend leveling it up first. If you're looking to buy a horse, the first thing you'll probably notice is that good horses ain't cheap. As much as I love Tiny here, he's not exactly the powerhouse you'll want by your side throughout the entire game. And if the best horses are too expensive, I guess that means we'll have to break them ourselves. Lucky for you, one of the best horses in the game can be acquired for free at the beginning of Chapter 2 and onward. But before we get to that, let's learn how to break a horse. As you explore the world, you'll find horses everywhere. Big horses, little horses, painted horses, black horses, and so on. There are a dozen different breeds roaming the frontier, all with unique stats and attributes. If you see a horse you're interested in, first take out your binoculars. Once you study the horse, you will be given a prompt to show info. Hit that and you can check out the horse's stats and its breed details. Now there are two ways to go about breaking a horse. You can chase it down, lasso it, and hop on its back, or you can approach it slowly, calming it if it gets spooked. Once you get close enough, you can hop on. Based on my extensive research, I can say with confidence that it's much easier to break a horse if you approach it slowly. Once you're on it, pull back the left stick and subtly tilt the right stick to balance while calming it with square or X. If it bucks you, which it probably will at first, chase it down. When it calms down a bit, you can repeat the process. Also, be mindful of its friends.
See?
Once you feel comfortable breaking horses, pack yourself some warm clothes and head up to the Grizzlies. Right next to this lake, a white-coat Arabian spawns. It can be a slippery bastard, but it's well worth the effort. If it bucks you and escapes, well, it's gonna be a while before another one respawns, so I wouldn't wait around. Once you do break it, put a saddle on it and take it to the nearest stable. Technically, the horse will be yours once you put the saddle on, but I like to take it back to the stable just in case. There are 2 other extremely rare wild horses you can break, but finding them takes a bit longer, so maybe we'll save that for another video. A couple more things to note before I close out this video. If your horse gets too dirty, its meters will drain 25% quicker. You can clean it with your brush or by riding it through clean water. You can expedite bonding by petting your horse and feeding it treats. Your horse's cores will refill if you sleep. And the stronger your bond is with a horse, the longer it will take to bleed out if it gets knocked down. A level 4 horse will take 60 minutes before it dies, giving you plenty of time to get to town and purchase a horse reviver. Good luck out there in the wild, and remember, whether you're an honorable gunslinger or a dishonorable outlaw, you should always pet your loyal horse from time to time. If you want more Red Dead 2 content, you should check out our new show Dirty Artie, where we see how disgusting we can make Arthur Morgan. Thank you for watching.
Alright, I guess I didn't quite fit under there.
Oh my god! Dude, your head would have been knocked off.